Hi, it's Olivia, and usually I end the video by asking, but this time I'd like to start by asking, what have you been reading? What's your current read, and or what are you hoping to get to before the end of the year? Because we're getting there. It's October. It's gonna come in the blink of an eye. But anyway, I would just love to know what you've been reading, especially if it's been anything really good. And today is a book haul for the month of October, so let's just get started. First up is the prequel to a very popular book by New York Times bestselling author Adam Silvera. And so this is The First to Die at the End, which is a prequel to They Both Die at the End. If you don't know what these books are about, they are exactly what they say, because in this world we have a system called Deathcast where they are able to give you a call saying that somehow, some way, that day will be your last day alive. So you are forewarned that your death is imminent. And in this story, we are following Orion and Valentino, who are two boys who happen to meet on a very fateful night when Deathcast calls. And so while they're getting closer, they're also very careful to not get too attached because of what they know is coming for one of them. And something neat about this one, especially if you enjoyed They Both Die at the End, is that since it's the prequel, you are getting cameos from our characters in the other book as younger kids, which is neat. But of course, you know, have your tissues ready. This next book is definitely one for all of the spooky season readers, and that is Darkroom Etiquette by Robin Rowe, who is also the author of A List of Cages. So this one follows our main character who's had it good his whole life. He's wealthy, popular at school, good looks, and everything's going fine until one day he is kidnapped and told that the privileged life that he's been living has been a lie. And I'll just read, I feel like it says it better than I do right here. It says, trapped in a windowless room without knowing why he's been taken or how long the man plans to keep him shut away, Sayers faces a terrifying new reality. To survive, he must forget the world he once knew and play the part his abductor has created for him. So yeah, it promises to live up to its name as a psychological thriller that's intense and kind of keeps you on the edge of your seats and also keeps you questioning. It's definitely a mind trip when you've got an abductor who's kind of playing games and the person is trapped in a room by themselves. All sorts of stuff can go down, so look out for Darkroom Etiquette. And next up I have Nothing Sung and Nothing Spoken by Nita Tyndall, and what they have done here is make it so we're required to have some more tissues on hand, because this one is one that promises to be very heartbreaking and sob-worthy. I'm actually going to read this blurb on the back because I feel like it captured the essence of it very well. The feelings between these girls, in friendship and in love, are as intense as the situation in Berlin as World War II rages on around them. Perfect for Codename Verity fans looking for their next tale of wartime devotion. This, if you couldn't pick up, does follow a couple of girls. We're following a complex, beautifully tragic, sapphic love triangle. And like I said, it's just one that promises to be heartbreaking, so you will want those tissues on hand. And last but not least, I have The Restless Dark by Erica Waters, who is also the acclaimed author of other very atmospheric mysteries like Ghostwood Song and The River Has Teeth. And here we have a very haunting psychological horror where we have these three very different girls who have entered into this true crime contest to find the bones of a serial killer, but they each have their own distinct dark reasons for wanting to do this. And out of this also comes a sapphic love triangle where we have very fierce and flawed heroines and other creepy things that lurk about in this story. So if you're just craving a spooky book, a very atmospheric kind of thriller, then you'll definitely want to look out for this one. So that wraps up today's book haul. I would love to know whichever of these books caught your attention. I'd love to know, I know I asked at the beginning, but again, I'd love to know what you're currently reading or on the lookout for. And as usual, if any of these books caught your attention, there will be links in the description for how to get your hands on them. Always feel free to see if maybe your local library has them or if you can request them. And yeah, I will see you in another video. Thank you for watching. Bye.